Welcome or welcome back to the Awkward Chronicles. Today we are doing a reading vlog for Book of the Month, and my name is Larissa. Just to start off saying I am not in any way, shape, or form sponsored by Book of the Month. I do have like a referral code because everybody gets one if they're subscribed, so like if you have friends, whatever. And that's always in the link in my bio. And I know I have gone back and forth about if I'm going to keep Book of the Month or if I'm not. However, I just really love it. Typically it's like $17.99 for the plan that I have, where I just pay monthly. It's a hardcover, new release typically book, and you can skip. I mean, you get charged the credit on a certain day, but if you skip that, they won't charge you for the next month. If that makes sense. I know like their little tagline is, oh, you can just skip any month and you won't get charged. You get charged earlier. Let's say you get charged on the 25th for a credit, which is $17.99. And if you decide to skip that month, then you just won't get charged the following month. That makes sense. I was always kind of confused about that. It's kind of like on a delayed system. So just so you are aware. However, this month they had some good choices. It arrives in this little blue box. And I have a lot of books that I need to get to from Book of the Month. And that's what this vlog is. Should I be starting with the ones that I already have? Yes. But am I going to start with the ones that I ordered this time? Yes. Alright, we're going to not cut the books because I have done that on a few other ones. I just get a little excited when I get to use my sword. Oh, nice. They also have like this little refer a friend and free books and socks. So scan that QR code right now. Cool. Did you do it? Maybe. Alright, well anyway, the link's down below if you really care. Not a big deal to me. Either way, because I am not sponsored by them. Alright, you get a fun little bookmark every month and it says you know you want to keep going with a little smirky face. That's sassy. I do love their bookmarks. They are very nice and thick and like made out of good cardstock. So I always do enjoy it. And they just have like fun little sayings on them. And the book that I got for this month, the primary book, so this is November, is This Spells Love by Kate Robb, and it is a Friends to Lovers. So what happens is, okay, so this little tagline in the front says, a young woman tries to heal her heartbreak by casting a spell to erase her ex from her past, but wakes up in an alternate reality in which she's lost more than she wished for, in this witty, whimsical Friends to Lovers debut. It just sounded so cute, so fun, cheesy. And then the next one is, I was so excited when I saw this as an add-on. Two of my biggest regrets are Ali Hazelwood has been a repeat author on Book of the Month, and instead of just like patiently waiting, because I did get The Love Hypothesis from Book of the Month, instead of patiently waiting, I ended up going out and buying her other two books, Love on the Brain and Love Theoretically, in store, and they're in paperback, which I prefer, honestly, reading from paperback books. I would have loved to have all of her books in the same hardcover, same size. So I ended up getting Check and Mate by Ali Hazelwood. This is her first young adult romance. Oh, also, add-on. The best part about add-ons is they're like $10.99 or like, you know, with some tax, so like $11.20 something, which is a phenomenal price for even like a paperback or a hardcover. So just the add-ons alone make it worth it. I'm just selling myself again on on Book of the Month. Oh yeah, again, I keep going back and forth if I want to like just discontinue it or like put it on pause, but every time I go to do it I'm like, oh, but there's just such great deals. Yes, this is Check and Mate by Ali Hazelwood. It's a young adult romance and has to do with chess, and honestly I don't really want to know much about it, but apparently like this guy is the bad boy of chess. It just seems quirky, silly, goofy, good time. And these are the books that we're gonna try to read in this reading vlog is our November, I can do this, guys. My November picks for Book of the Month. These are the two books that we're going to be reading in this vlog, and I do plan to read them in this vlog. However, I started reading This Spells Love because I'm like, ooh, a really like fun Friends to Lovers sounds right up my alley. And I have made it to page 23. I like it right now. However, I think I'm going to start with Check and Mate. I'm going to switch books and try this one later this week because the issue being is it severely lacks dragons and a magic school, and it is very, very difficult for me to follow Iron Flame up with anything at the moment. And Ali Hazelwood Check and Mate, I feel like because I'm familiar with Ali Hazelwood's writing, and this is also YA, so it's even going to be a little simpler for my brain at the moment. I'm gonna switch to this one. Also, I do have the, I believe, Ripple Check. I believe I have the audiobook. Oh my gosh, I do. Okay. Oh, okay. So when I was watching Steph Bohr the other day, she was partnered with Spotify and said that audiobooks are now included in premium membership. Some of them. There are still some that you have to pay for, and I'm like, about time. And Check and Mate is one of them that is included in the premium audiobook membership, and I am like, when they first brought audiobooks to Spotify platform, like, why would they not include a lot of these in premium? That is so silly. That is a silly, goofy time right there that they are not doing that. And then they did, and this one is included, and I am so excited. I'm so excited. I think listening to it via audiobook will also help me kind of get into it a little bit more, because kind of have a little bit of a book hangover after Iron Flame. I really wanted something fun and light and easy to get into, which is why we are reading both of these. And Mallory Greenfield is done with chess. Why am I like being so sarcastic about this when I'm so in for this? Every move counts nowadays. After the sport led to the destruction of her family for 4 years earlier, Mallory's focus is on her mom, her sisters, and the dead-end job that keeps the lights on. That is until she begrudgingly agrees to play in one last charity tournament and inadvertently wipes the board with notorious king killer Nolan Sawyer, current world champion and reigning bad boy of chess. I can't. This is so unserious to me. I can't. Bad boy of chess. Gosh, I love Ali Hazelwood. Like, I love that she just writes like fan fiction style, and it makes me so happy. How old are these people? This does not seem like a YA style. Maybe like new adult? I guess we'll find out. But I just love this cover. It's so freaking cute. Like, are you kidding me? It's beautiful. And look at the back. Look at that little, oh my gosh. I love that little chess piece. And it's also giving me Lover, right? Like, this is definitely Lover coded. It has to be. So we're gonna switch from This Spells Love to Check and Mate because of the audiobook. And I'll let you know how the narration goes for that. I'm going to be listening and reading on and off because I do drive, so and the audiobook is 9.5 hours, but I typically listen at 2 times speed. Let's get reading. Actually, just kidding. I have to go eat dinner and go to volleyball. So, you'll see me when I read tonight. How about? That'll be our plan. You and me. That's my whole world. Whisper in the hallway, she's a bad, bad girl. Also, can we just... I've been in tears, happy and giddy once again as Miss Taylor Allison Swift changed the lyrics to, oh my gosh, to Karma. Karma is the guy on the Chiefs coming straight home to me. Yes. Oh, and then the kiss, the run, and the jump and the kiss as he catches her, and just his whole vibe and his blushing face, and then he holds a sign, and then so many things, and then she played Endgame. Oh, and then she did Is It Over Now and Out of the Woods. Oh my gosh, wow. Argentina won everything. Like, that was amazing. And I was crying when everything, and again, I was just on TikTok scrolling and looking at every video on every angle and watching it multiple times. I cannot get over this, you guys. The way they smile at each other makes me so happy. And somebody on Instagram put a meme or something, and it was just like, this is when orange cat energy meets golden retriever energy, and it's so true. It's so true. Yeah, and they are the king and queen of the world. Let's just go with that. So happy. Okay, you don't care. Maybe you do. I could talk about it for hours. This is my Roman Empire. Okay, well, See you later. Hello. Oh, ow, ow. Why is it stuck? Oh, ow. Okay, got back from volleyball and we won. Hooray. Oh yeah, I listened to up to chapter 3. I really like the audio narration so far. I think it does a really great job. Mallory used to play chess and we don't know why she quit, but she quit when she started playing when she was like 6 or 7 or something and was super amazing, awesome, good, and then something happened and she quit. 11 or so, 11 or 12, so she only played for what, 4 or 5 years. Oh, just kidding, she quit when she was 13. Wow, I can't do math. Anyway, she quit for reasons unknown to us at the moment. Her friend Easton, she is trying to get Mallory to enter into this tournament for a really good charity. So Easton is required to put together a team of 4 and she can't find anybody else to play. So she asks Mallory and Mallory's like, no. And then Easton's like, please. And Mallory is working at this garage at the moment to pay the bills. Her mother has a chronic illness and it is very difficult for her to work, and she has 2 younger sisters that are 14 and 12. And yes, so at the time, so we get the prologue and then the rest of the book, obviously, because that's how that works. But she is 18, so just finished high school, about to be, or like her friends are going off to college now. We just got to the tournament and now we're getting to the part where the bad boy of chess comes into play. I'm really liking it. I'm liking the tone. I'm liking just the flow of it. It's just very like, it's easy to get into. There isn't a lot of chess talk, just enough to like kind of let you know at the moment what's happening. I know nothing about chess. So far, not a bunch of chess jargon, just like very basic, like how things are constructed, like what a grand marshal is, which is like the top world player, which is what Nolan Sawyer is. Marshall Chess Club player 1? Yeah, something. Grandmaster or something? I don't know. Alright, let's read. Hello! Alright, just got back from work and then all day I've just been craving like sweets. Like I was really wanting a tub of frosting to eat or caramel popcorn, or I don't even remember what the other thing was, but I love being an adult and making these really big adult decisions because I made caramel popcorn as soon as I got home. Oh, and it tastes so good. I gotta update my bookmark here because I am on chapter 17. So I was listening to it on my drive to and from work and I am loving it so much. Like I said, my commute is long and I've been listening to it at 1.8 speed. We find out some stuff. Also, there's a dinner scene and it is very funny. I was just like giggly, kicking my feet. It was just silly, goofy, and I loved it so much. Mallory is like getting up her ratings and stuff, and yeah, it's interesting, as well as like the internalized misogyny of the chess world. I do enjoy that discussion. And again, this is not a YA. This is definitely like a new adult. Like there is definitely portrayal of sex is, you know, which should be obviously normalized and talked about, but again, the conversations do tend to be a little bit older of an audience. I mean, our protagonist is 18 and I have stuff to do right now, but I'm not gonna. So I'm gonna read for a little bit longer and then we'll get to the other stuff. Maybe I'll take a nap, but I'm gonna eat this popcorn and read.
Fly so high, I'm hypnotized. What's up is down, what's left is right. Chasing stars and
Things are happening. It's getting spicy.
can't see the end, but we'll see it through.
I'm on part 3. Endgame. I wanna be your endgame. His flashbacks to the concert where Travis Kelce was and Taylor Swift and she sang Endgame. Such a great surprise song. Anyway, yeah, I'm on page, well, part 3 and chapter, I can do this, I can turn the page. Chapter 26, which is on page 295, and I will most likely finish this book in the next hour. So, yeah, might as well, right? Right? Might as well. It ends at 3:47, so, and I am enjoying it a lot. Like, I am really loving it. So that makes me very happy. It's just so cute. It's so fun, and like, there's good discussions about the burden of feeling like you have to be a sole provider for your family, and just like all of that kind of pressure that can be put on you accidentally and then just accepted without any other regard. And I am loving it. And it has gotten a little spicy, but it's more like closed door spice for the most part. So on that aspect, it's kind of a YA, but still, some spicy, like, this is still new adult to me. Oh my gosh, it's so cute. It's just so rom-com-y, sweet, adorable. I only have like 4 more pages left and it went by too fast. It's so cute. Okie dokie, I finished Check and Mate and I thought it was so cute, so fun, so flirty. It was also just very like cinematic. I could definitely see this being like a TV show or even just a movie. It just was so cute, so sweet. And that would be really awesome if they did make this into a movie. I would love that. It's adorable and still cracks me up, the bad boy of chess. I really liked Nolan's character. He definitely comes off as standoffish, but I really like them. And yeah, I mean, like, Mallory, she overreacted in some places many times, but also she's 18. That is one of those things that younger people do, and I still do. But I absolutely loved it. I think it was like the perfect book to get me back into it after reading Iron Flame. Again, I love Ellie Hazelwood's writing. I think it's just so fun and cheeky and just full of goofiness, and I love it and I eat it up. This is adorable. Oh my gosh, I'm so happy. I'm so happy. And again, the audiobook was amazing, and that was included in my Spotify premium membership. So that's awesome. I'm very excited to use that in future books too, because I love audiobooks, especially like when I'm dual reading them. But this, I flew through this. With that, I think it is time to try This Spells Love Again by Kate Robb. I think I'm in a better like rom-com mindset now to be able to get into this one, because it's the first, like, what did I say, 20-ish pages that I got into. Very quirky writing, very similar to Ellie Hazelwood's, just this is an adult romance, but I think they have similar enough writing style vibes that it'll just kind of feel like carrying over. But oh wow, check that one out. Check out Check and Mate. Friends to lovers romance. Gemma gets dumped by her long-term boyfriend, and that's like kind of where we start, is she's in the midst of being sad over a breakup and trying to move forward. Her sister and her kooky aunt, she's over at their house, and her best friend Dax. Already he like seems very flirty with her, and she's just like, this is my best friend. I didn't get to this part yet, but apparently she casts a spell and has to have a platonic kiss with her best friend to not remember her heartbreak, but it ends up backfiring, and her best friend Dax cannot remember her, and she has to remind him or like kiss him again or something. I don't know. We'll find out. But I am gonna eat dinner. I have volleyball tonight, so I'm gonna go do that first, and then I'll catch up with you guys later. Hello, it's me again, and what a day it's been. Work today was very odd. It was very slow, which was fine. Also, I got little alfalfa hair there. I had a huge cancellation at the end of my day, and then we had a walk-in, and they wanted to be seen, and our longer appointments are like 40 minutes, and it just so happened I had that time, and I'm like, perfect, we'll get you started and all the good stuff. And then they're like, okay, let me just go grab my wallet out of my car and I'll be right back in. They never came back. I sat there for like 10-15 minutes and I'm like, yeah, I feel like I've been stood up at prom, so I'm gonna go home now. So I got to go home early, which was very nice. Then I went to the gym, and one of the gyms that I go to, I technically am an employee there. However, my previous manager had never put me on the schedule for group fitness. So I've just been vibing for like a year, waiting to be put on the schedule. Every couple months she would email me and be like, what's your availability? And I would say the exact same availability that I've been saying for a year. She recently just took over managing one club versus two. And so we have a new supervisor in that department. And when I went in and checked in, they're like, oh, by the way, your account has been terminated. I'm like, what? I never got an email. Employee ID has been scrapped, along with my membership to the club has been scrapped. Super great. Thankfully, the new supervisor, since that is her primary location, is there. We were able to meet, and she's like, hey, yeah, just send me your certifications. You'll have to reapply for the position. But she's like, I'll fast track it. No big deal. Emailed her that. I also realized that my first aid CPR AED certification has expired. Like, I never received an email about that. It expired months ago, which is kind of scary. I never got an email about that. So I signed up for a class this Saturday, and I have to do modules before doing that. So I'll do that in the next couple days. And then, and then I went to submit my information, like reapply to that position. And because I already had an account there, I tried to log into my account and it kept saying my credentials were incorrect and my username was wrong. Clicked the forgot username, and then I'm like, okay, well, this is my password, and it kept saying no, it's not. And so I did the forgot password, and then I got locked out. Even with the things that they gave me, it locked me out of my account. So I ended up having to email my new boss, looking like an idiot, and being like, hey, so I'm locked out of my account, by the way, but here is my certification. All that to say is that she said I would be able to start teaching step again in December, potentially. So that's exciting if everything can get sorted. I don't know. I've just had the worst luck with this gym. This is probably the most chaotic and unorganized gym that I've ever worked for. The people are so nice, but like my previous manager it was a struggle and the communication wasn't there. And this manager seems really awesome, but I've never had this issue in any other facility that I've worked at. And I don't know if it's me. I don't know what's going on, but it shouldn't be this complicated. That's what I'm trying to say. Also, I did back day today and I was already like really tired, didn't want to be there. Was like, if I still don't want to be there by the time I'm working out, then I can just go home. But back day is really short for me anyway, so not a big deal. And I did the full workout. It was very nice. I do enjoy it. I just hate back day so much. So the fact that like all of these things kept happening, I'm like, I shouldn't be here. Did I read last night? Oh yeah, I read a couple pages, just up to chapter 3. It's a silly time. And we got to the spell portion where everything takes place. And that's where we left. No, wait, no, we didn't even get there. They did the spell and they were supposed to seal it with a kiss, and so far they have not sealed it with a kiss yet. Apparently the spell's love is an early release. I think it comes out in the beginning of December. Is going to put on an ambiance, and then we are going to read
Dangerous times, don't fly too high. Be sure to keep the ground in sight. Fly forever if you keep it tight. Love the world, but keep the sky on your mind.
The dryer is going, and if that isn't much of an ambiance for you, well, my ambiance is going with crackling fireplace and rain. I made some s'mores after eating dinner. As far as the book goes, okay, this is different than what I thought. So Jims is her nickname, and she woke up in a strange man's bed and has no idea where she's at or where we go. I didn't think it was going to be this full like life change. I thought it was going to be like her life was going to stay the same and he just wouldn't remember her, and like nobody else would too. But this is like a complete life altering moment. I didn't have any like chocolate bars, So I had Andy Mint's chocolates, like little crumbles for cookie baking that I've used in the past. So I have that on one of them, and the other one I have butterscotch and white chocolate chips. S'mores, my favorite dessert. Well, that's great lighting. You're welcome. Just finished pickleball when I worked out this morning. Pickleball was good. I think I went 5-1 today, so played 6 games total. I think that's correct. I don't really know. It doesn't really matter. It kind of matters to me at least. What am I gonna do now? I'm gonna go home and I am going to do my modules for my CPR certification stuff. I'm currently on chapter 14, page 149. Here's the issue with some friends to lovers. It is blatantly obvious when one of the people like the other and the other person just like can't visualize it but knows they have feelings. They're like, I can't imagine life without you. I really love you, blah, blah, blah. And then they're like, ew, dating? He's like my brother. But yeah, just like how obtuse that can be. But I know friends to lovers is a tricky situation because you don't want anything to change because you don't want them to not be part of your life anymore. However, there's gonna come a time when one of you starts dating somebody and it is going to fade out. Speaking from experience, where, you know, you can go from friends and if you both have feelings or one of you has feelings and it's not reciprocated or brought up ever, either way, you're going to not have the relationship you once had as best friends. Like, it will fade. Hate to break that to you. But like the way these best friends are, it's like, no, you guys are like a couple. All right, I'm gonna go. I'll see you later. I left my book over there. Well, update. I scoured my email and my like login stuff for whatever, my certification for tomorrow. And apparently I'm in the class that you don't have to do modules beforehand. I don't remember what I signed up for. I just signed up and said okie dokie. So I just did some editing quick and scrolled on my phone. I might go to volleyball, like an open gym tonight. We'll see how I'm feeling. I'm kind of sleepy right now, but on the other hand, I'm not doing anything else tonight. But right now we're just gonna read. Yay us.
We're sailing on top of the world.
Guess who's a dum-dum? I'm gonna keep these glasses on because I'm just a silly, goofy girl. Oh my gosh, you guys. Sometimes I just surprise myself. Like, I just, you know, half-ass things and I'm like, oh well. So what happened was, first off, I went to go to get my recert for the whatever Red Cross stuff. My GPS routed me, paid for parking. I get places early, thank goodness, but not early enough apparently. So I get to the place that my GPS routes me and I'm like, this does not look correct. There's no parking. This is so odd. They must have changed buildings since I was here it was like 6 years ago I was there. It was a long time. I'm like, oh, that's weird that they moved buildings into this one. I circled the block trying to find parking and found one, and it was street parking. You had to pay for it, so I paid like $5 for it. Not a big deal, but still annoying. I get to the building, it's locked. I'm like, what the heck? And my GPS keeps telling me it's this building. I'm like, this isn't correct. I'm trying to call. I keep getting like disconnected because the Red Cross isn't open, like their online hours aren't open or whatever. I don't know. So I went and actually like physically typed the address into my GPS and it routes me 6 minutes away. I'm like, oh my gosh, I'm already 5 minutes late. I run back to my car, hop in, drive there like a mad woman, get there at 9:15. The class starts at 9. And I get there, I'm running, looking around for the classroom, find it, I enter, and the instructor is like, hey, can I talk to you outside? I'm like, oh, yeah, that's fine. So we get outside the classroom. She's like, hey, like, we have a policy. You can only be 5 minutes late. I can't let you take the class. And I'm like, oh my gosh, I'm so sorry. Like, my GPS routed me to City Hall instead. And I was scrambling to get here in time. I'm like, am I able to take partial of the class and just like take the rest? She's like, no, I can't allow you to take any of it. And she's like, listen, if you call the number and reschedule within the time before the class ends today, you'll get a refund on today's class to re-sign up or reschedule my class. I'm calling them. They connect me but then nobody's in office like I had stated before. And so I get transferred to another person. They were very, very helpful. They're like, okay, yeah, we can definitely get you rescheduled, blah, 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 but nobody's in office. So if like you want to, I can do a case number. I was on the phone for a good hour and because I'm like, I have to have this rescheduled or like taken care of before this class ends. Otherwise I will have to pay another amount for it, and it was like 82 bucks if I can get it refunded. Again, my bad. And then when we continue to talk, he's like, okay, like did you take the online modules? I'm like, no, because they weren't available to me. I'm like, I tried yesterday to figure them out and it didn't pop. And then he looks at it and he's like, you signed up for the incorrect class. Like I signed up for the skills only class thinking that it was like the whole thing. So remember yesterday when I was like, oh, I have to do all these modules and I couldn't find them. It's because I didn't sign up for them, because you have to sign up for a blended learning class. You can sign up individual. You could do the online portion and then the skills portion later. You could also sign up for both of them. I took it at this facility maybe 8 years ago. A lot of things have changed. I was like, oh my gosh, I'm such an idiot. He's like, listen, here's what we can do. I'll just refund you the amount and you can reschedule with whatever class. And that way, at least like you only have to pay a little bit more. I'm like, yeah, that's perfect. That's great. And now I'm at the gym like a lot earlier than I was expecting, which is great because I had 200 milligrams of caffeine. I bought Ghost, the Sour Patch Red Berry. I really wanted the pink lemonade and they didn't have it and I was very sad. But this one I liked better than the blue raspberry one. Still not as good as the pink lemonade. So now I'm gonna go work out and I'm at the gym that I prefer to be at because I needed a win today. Today I'm gonna meal prep, I think, and then we're gonna finish that book most likely. I have like less than 100 pages left. So yeah, we're gonna finish that today and just get some other stuff done. And that's our plan for today. Man, I just feel so silly. I'm also probably gonna do the training modules either today or tomorrow, just so I know I have them done. So I wouldn't have been able to take the class regardless because I didn't do the modules, because I didn't sign up for them, because I'm an idiot. So it saved me that embarrassment at least. So I got the embarrassment of, oh, she's late. Just finished meal prepping. It is just after 3. And I was gonna film a different video, but I'm tired and also my tummy hurts. All muscular related. Hang out with my heating pad on my back. Like my hip flexors, my psoas, it connects into your, I'm gonna nerd out for a second. It connects into your lumbar spine and mine has been like cramping today, which is like resulting in my tummy aching because it's just like so close to it. And I've just been trying to roll out, as well as like my QL muscles are aggressively tight right now. I just need to schedule a massage earlier than I was anticipating because yeah, it's been kind of a bad week for my back, which is so weird. But yeah, because of that, my whole body is just like cramped. All my muscles are cramping and upset and angry, and I had to like take breaks while I was cooking to do some foam rolling just to kind of alleviate it a little bit. So now we're just gonna sit on a heating pad and hope that helps. Let's start reading. I forgot to mention, this book does get spicy, thank goodness. So that's exciting. There was a part, because I was like, okay, she's in an alternate reality. There's gotta be some sort of chaos that's gonna present, and so far everything's been pretty normal with like some changes. And then we finally got something that was like, oh, well that's daunting and very much a testament to what is to come. So sleepy. Also, I was craving like mint chocolate chip ice cream because that's what they were talking about in here. Like, ooh, I love mint chip ice cream. It's probably my go-to flavor of ice cream. And I'm like, man, I should go get some, but I don't really want to leave the house. I'm like, ooh, I could make an Andes Mint s'more, but I just made cookies. So I'm gonna have cookies instead. I'm like, oh, but I'm really craving mint chip. Totally forgetting my protein shake right here is mint chip or mint chocolate. Yay, protein powder for the win. I have finished The Spells Love, and if I have chocolate on my face, please ignore that, or in my teeth, whatever. It's not there, just pretend, because I can't tell, honestly. The oatmeal chocolate chip cookies that I made were amazing, but I did not wait for them to cool. This Spells Love by Kate Robb. It's a very like predictable, cliche, alternate reality, and like just the whole premise of it. I really did enjoy it. Main female protagonist, Gemma, is one of the things I disliked about her character is about how self-centered she is. She definitely is main character energy, and it is addressed in there, which I did like. It is addressed later on. I just wish she had more self-awareness earlier, or just like in general. Like I wish she already was self-aware. She's just very like self-centered, which again, it's a book about her, so I get it, but at the same time, like, she would go and ask people for advice, and they were like, listen, we got our own problems here. Then when it finally clicked with her, like, oh, I've been doing this my whole life. I'm glad she had some self-awareness, and, you know, the ending surprised me. No, it didn't. The way the ending happened, I was surprised at what happened, in the sense of like, oh, I can't, I thought it was just gonna be a little bit different, but the ending itself is predictable, but also I cannot spoil anything with that, so I don't know how to word it. I mean, predictable ending, but there was one thing that I thought would have not happened. That was really cute. I think it would be like a really fun little silly goofy rom-com movie. Both of these very much read very cinematic, in the sense of like I could definitely see this being a fun little rom-com that is picked up. Oh, also, the amount of times the male anatomy word that starts with a P, I don't know if I can say it without getting like banned or something, so I'm not going to say it, but it's just the male genitalia. That specific word that starts with P, the anatomical word for it, is said so much in there. I could not read it seriously. However, male anatomy, saying whatever it is, it's always going to come off cringy. Like any sexual reproductive organs, they don't sound great, to me at least. I mean, no matter, especially with the male anatomy, there is not one word in there that I'm always like, oh, I wish they would use that word instead. Because all of them make me cringe, but the amount of times that the P word was said in here, I'm like, maybe try a different word for it and see how I feel about it. Because right now it is said way too many times, or just like don't say it that many times. That was one of my main critiques, which is just a silly little critique. I am really happy that I got to read both of these right as they came through in my November Book of the Month box, because like I said, I am trying to get through my physical TBR, and because I keep ordering books, it means I have to read them sooner. And I was definitely very much looking forward to this one. And this one was just, it was a fun little tag along. Kate Robb, I want to be her friend. I think I would really like her. Her author profile in the back, just I'm like, wow. I mean, I would like to be Ellie Hazelwood's friend too, but yeah, I don't know if I've ever read a Kate Robb book, but just reading about her author profile, I'm like, I'd hang out with her. I'd enjoy that. And she lives in Toronto, so not likely that she and I will ever cross paths. But also at the end, there is Aunt Livy's Moonlight Margarita recipe, as well as Kirsten's Anytime Margarita recipe. And then at the very, very end, Gemma's Guide to Getting Over a Breakup, in parentheses, that doesn't pose a threat to the time-space continuum. Well, with that being said, let me know what you picked, if you subscribe to Book of the Month, what you picked for your November box. What I usually did before I did Book of the Month is I would go and see what they were releasing for that month and just add those books to my TBR, because again, all these books are going to be published, so it's not like you need a Book of the Month subscription box. It is fun to have. Again, not sponsored. If you liked this video, please give it a thumbs up. Maybe I'll make this a series of reading my Book of the Month boxes. So if you want that, give it a thumbs up. Subscribe so you don't miss that if that ever happens in this world. And with that being said, respect others, respect yourself, and do something amazing with your day. Thanks, bye.